welcome to Pinoy Guard. In today's episode, we explore a significant shift in the Philippine Marine Corps' coastal defense strategy, its decision to configure the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system with 2 missiles launcher instead of the Indian standard of 3. Why this change? What does it mean for national security? And how does it reshape our deterrence posture in the South China Sea? Let's break it down. Segment 1. The strategic decision. The Philippine Marine Corps has finalized its configuration for the newly acquired BrahMos missile system. Unlike India's 3-missile setup per transporter erector launcher, or TL, the PMC is opting for a leaner 2-missile configuration. This isn't a downgrade, it's a tailored strategy. The decision is rooted in geography and infrastructure. With over 7,000 islands, narrow roadways, and vulnerable choke points, the Philippines needs a highly mobile and deployable missile system. The 2-missile configuration significantly reduces the TL's weight, allowing easier transport across challenging terrains and compatibility with existing infrastructure, especially rural bridges and ports. It also improves strategic flexibility. Lighter TLs can be transported on more platforms, everything from roll-on/roll-off (RARO) vessels to amphibious landing ships and even C-130 aircraft, depending on system dimensions. This enhances the Philippine Marine Corps' ability to rapidly shift missile assets in response to emerging threats. Segment 2. Operational trade-offs and compensation. Reducing the number of missiles per TL naturally decreases the initial salvo capacity. However, the PMC plans to compensate by investing in additional replenishment vehicles and logistical support. These include transport trucks, command and control vehicles, and potential mobile reload units. This modular approach will allow for rapid rearmament and sustained operations even in archipelagic or contested environments. It also means that fewer TLs can be distributed over more territory, maximizing coverage while maintaining high readiness. It is also worth noting that the BrahMos system itself is highly precise and devastating. Each missile, traveling at over Mach 2.8, can be used to neutralize enemy warships or land-based installations. A single hit is often sufficient to disable or destroy a target, which means that a 2-missile loadout can still deliver meaningful strategic results in a defensive scenario. Segment 3. Lessons from Vietnam. The Philippines is not the first to take this path. Vietnam's Coastal Defense Force employs a similar 2-missile configuration for its K-300 Bastion P system. Like BrahMos, the Bastion P fires supersonic missiles at speeds exceeding Mach 2, with a range of 290 to 300 kilometers. Vietnam offsets the lower missile count per TL by fielding more mobile autonomous launchers (MALs). The strategy is to emphasize flexibility and dispersal, traits that are also key to the Philippine archipelagic defense strategy. Vietnam has built hardened, camouflaged coastal launch positions and mixes mobile and static launchers to avoid detection. The Philippines is studying these methods, exploring how to establish pre-surveyed launch zones across its western seaboard, especially in Palawan, Zambales, and Ilocos Norte. These will provide fast deployment lanes without requiring major construction. Segment 4. South China Sea implications. This development carries deep implications for the South China Sea. The BrahMos system, even with 2 missiles per TL, gives the Philippines a credible supersonic coastal strike capability. This serves as a strong deterrent against hostile incursions, particularly in areas like the Calayan Island Group and the Western Palawan Corridor. BrahMos is especially threatening to adversaries because of its flight profile. It can fly low at sea-skimming altitude, reducing radar detection time and enhancing the element of surprise. Combined with its speed, this makes interception extremely difficult, even for advanced naval air defense systems. With increased TL mobility, the PMC gains the ability to conduct shoot-and-scoot tactics. A launcher can fire, relocate, and be rearmed within hours, making it a moving target and adding another layer of survivability. In a high-threat environment, this ability to relocate rapidly could make all the difference. Furthermore, the BrahMos system introduces strategic ambiguity. Potential adversaries cannot be certain where launchers are positioned at any given time, complicating their planning and surveillance. This uncertainty itself becomes a form of passive deterrence. Segment 5. Strategic partnerships and future expansion. This configuration also aligns with broader defense modernization goals in the Philippines' partnerships with India and the United States. With U.S. backing and Indian technology, the PMC's approach demonstrates a hybrid doctrine, combining allied know-how with local adaptability. India continues to provide operational training and systems integration support, while the U.S. has expressed interest in coordinating regional missile defense postures with allies like the Philippines. Through the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement (EDCA), the U.S. may even help co-locate command nodes and radar facilities that support BrahMos operations. Looking ahead, the BrahMos system could be expanded to other service branches or integrated into multi-domain operations involving the Philippine Air Force and Navy. A joint command structure could allow for shared targeting data and coordinated strikes. For example, surveillance drones operated by the Philippine Air Force could provide real-time targeting information relayed to a Marine BrahMos unit hidden in coastal vegetation. The missile could then be launched within minutes, transforming the archipelago into a defensive meshwork. The Army may also adopt a land attack variant of the BrahMos for counter-invasion or anti-access/area denial roles in the northern Luzon region, especially in areas such as Baton's, which overlook the Luzon Strait. Segment 6. Domestic defense industry involvement. There's growing interest in involving local defense contractors in support roles for the BrahMos program. While the missiles themselves are built in India, the TEL platforms, communications equipment, and vehicle maintenance systems could increasingly be sourced or serviced locally. This would mark a significant step in boosting the Philippines' self-reliant defense posture, SRDP. By creating jobs and improving logistics self-sufficiency, the PMC's BrahMos program could become a model for future defense acquisitions. Segment 7. Final analysis. While some critics may point to the reduced loadout as a limitation, the overall strategic package is sound. The BrahMos missile's performance, combined with PMC mobility, replenishment logistics, and command coordination, makes the two-missile configuration more than adequate for current threats. Moreover, the decision aligns with the Philippines' broader pivot toward an asymmetric defense posture, focusing on high-impact, low-footprint systems that are difficult to neutralize and cheap to sustain. Conclusion. The Philippine Marine Corps' two-missile BrahMos configuration is a masterclass in adaptive strategy. It shows that capability is not always about quantity, but about how systems are deployed, supported, and integrated. In an archipelagic nation like the Philippines, mobility is power. And with BrahMos, that power just went supersonic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pinoy Guard for more defense updates that matter. Thank you, and stay vigilant.